Well, hello guys, welcome back. Oh my, it looks empty behind me, doesn't it? We've been doing renovations and you didn't get to see this little bit of fluff when it came in a couple days ago. See that little bit of fluff? Yeah, didn't get to see that little bit of fluff. I've been busy. I've been running errands for the gods. I realize what that sounds like. Um, Yesterday I went to visit the one friend. And we were talking, and I found out she had a test. Now we knew this was coming. Her cancer's back, and she has to go in next week and get the thing done, and then she'll be home the next day, and the next day she'll be back to work because that's how it works now. And I'm sitting there, and she says, "Oh, my sugar's getting low," and she's getting a little funny. So I ran and got her candy bars next door, and I came back, and Hermes is like, "Why do you think I had you go?" And then Hermes was hustling me out the door today, and I'm like, "You just like to travel?" And he's like, "Uh-huh." So we went and we said the other friend, and she's been a nervous wreck lately, all edgy and bouncy off the walls. So he says, let's go, because I was like starting to get starved because I had I think Pop-Tarts and a wee bit of steak today, and that was all I had. So we went and we got burger because Loki's like, burger? And I was like, yeah, we can get that because I'm already over the enchantment of being able to walk up a big hill to go get a few groceries. So, we got that, and we got her a ice cream cone because she hasn't been eating. So we got her that, and I came home, and I've been doing this meditation with this harp music. And just meditating and relaxing, and Hermes been guiding me part of the way, and Loki's been guiding me a part of the way, and we had some interesting things happen. We had a god come through, and it was totally different than how people speak of this god, so that was quite the experience. And I thought, well, maybe I'm getting the wrong god, but every time I work with this god, and people say it's coincidence, there are storms to like answer me, like, yes, it's me talking to you, how many storms do you want exactly? So that's been interesting. And when I went up to see her, there was a formation of geese, and then there were so many geese, and we couldn't see them because they were above the clouds, but you could hear them. It sounded like the whole sky was filled with geese, and this is when I wish I carried a phone, because you could have heard it too. And it was just something. And I came home, and Greek god geese, and I came up with Roman equivalent, and it went back to the goddess of this god. So I was like, this is very interesting. So we're not putting anything down on paper. We will be getting another statue and a rug in. The interesting story behind that is, you guys knew I told you I was doing fairly good financially, and I was going to get a statue of a certain deity, and the deity's daughter showed up and kind of was telling me, it's not practical to just keep getting expensive statues, and you can't buy affection and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know, but I've wanted these statues actually all my life. I've never felt secure enough to get them. And somehow she ended up with a statue of herself. And I wanted to get her the one with the long flowing cape, and she's dressed up in her armor and everything, and she's just looking at me like I'm insane. And she wanted the one without capes, and she made a no capes joke, and it took me a while to get it. And she talked me into getting a rug I wanted too, because I guess she fancied the rug. So I'm going to have a rug and a statue of Athena that looks nothing like the ancient statues, but she liked it. It's really beautiful. If it comes in as beautiful as it looked online, it looked absolutely gorgeous. I wanted to get her the one with the cape because a woman had got it for her daughter, and this is a really cute, charming story. Daughter takes that statue everywhere, and she and Athena go on adventures, and Athena protects her and her sister at night while they sleep, and um, they take the statue in the car and everything, and she rides around in the car and everything. And at home, she drives around in a toy car, and I'm like, it's so sweet. And that would be Athena too. In my experience, she's actually very sweet with young girls, and she can be tolerant. She doesn't have a silly, giggly nature like, say, Bastet can have, but, she does have a sense of humor, and she's warm and loving in her own way. She's just a little more reserved. Um, she and I get along quite well, actually, and she was the first goddess I ever had a statue of. And remember, I was raised Catholic, so I was guilted out of that statue, and it was one of those really soft statues. I don't know if it's like made out of basalt or what it's made out of, but it's white and it's basically like chalk. Like if you would touch it, it would start to fall apart. So I always felt there was something like not quite right with that statue. I mean, I've heard of soft, but this was like if you would have touched it, it just parts came off. So, she will finally have a statue, and, we'll see where we go from there. The idea is not, obviously, guys, if you're new to working with gods and that, it's not run out and get a whole bunch of statues and all the gods will work with you. I wait until I feel I have a fairly decent relationship with a god. So if you see me getting statues, it's a god I've actually known for years and worked with off and on. It's not I'm going to run out and get the statue, because that was the old way of doing it in Wicca. You ran out and you got the statue and all the books and all this other stuff. You spent hundreds of dollars getting all this stuff before you even worked with them. Results really varied, obviously, so a lot of people ended up switching religions because, you know, just buying all the stuff doesn't always mean a god or goddess is going to work with you. Sometimes your energies don't work very well together. But it was overall a good day. I cleaned like crazy because Athena has certain standards. And again, it's not that the house is dirty, but you can see there's like half the decorations are down because she can put up with so much, but in my experience, she will come in and she will help decorate. She is very everything should be a certain way, and now like all the FNAF posters are down and everything, so yeah, there's very little FNAF stuff left in here other than like a couple things behind me, but that's good because she's like, what are you holding on to all this stuff for? What do you think? The past is going to magically come back and the channel's going to take off or something? So, it looks good in here, and we have the fox. This was actually, I had taken Hermes shopping and he had loved this little guy. We got him used on eBay. He was bought by the seller from somewhere, and apparently they didn't want the little fluff, but we adopted him. So we have another fox. We swear this is the final fox until we see the next one. And then there will be another fox and another fox and another fox. This one I like. He's got like a little floppy head. He's such a sweetheart. He's our little grumpy pancake fox, but he's got that little smirk too. So he's half and half, we think. Yeah. You see? You can do that all day long. He's almost, I thought he was a puppet at first, the way you can do that with his head. So you can do a little bit of puppeteering with him. So, we hope you guys are well, and, you know, we're enjoying each other, and I'm doing the balance of giving Loki enough time, and giving the other gods enough time, which sometimes you don't get the balance perfectly, but Loki isn't shy. Loki will just jump right in the middle of stuff, and the others will jump right in the middle of stuff. I don't serve, you know, gods that are very shy. Oh my god, he's so warm. He's like having a little muff up here. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.